Alright, what's going on, people? Finally got my girlfriend with us, Serana. She's pretty amazing. Kind of late in the game, too. Actually, I wish we'd have gotten her a long time ago. But here she is. And she needs us to escort her home, essentially. Because she has to report into her family. Let them know that she's been released from her little prison. A little tomb where we found her. Guess we'll find out a bit more as to why she was even there later on. Right now, she's not real forthcoming with a lot of stuff. Understandable. Just getting out of lockup after, I don't know, a couple thousand years or something. Been a pretty good opportunity to unlock a few locations and stuff. Places we could fast travel to later if we need to. If nothing else, if someplace sends us on a quest or a mission to a certain place, it's nice to have locations unlocked just so you have a place nearby to travel to. Okay. Freaking ninja saber cat. These things sneaking up on you. I remember a day when those things used to one-shot us. Real close. I think we even ran into one of those on the way up to 7,000 steps, and it damn near did wipe us with one paw swipe. And there's another one. Yeah. Yeah, paw slap that. And this place is familiar. Very familiar. Oh, I know exactly what this is. This is where you have to go for the Rueful Axe for the Clavicus Vial Daedric quest. It's something, now that we have this place right here discovered, we could probably finish that whole Daedric thing. In fact, it'd probably take longer to clear out their Cave of Vampires than it would to complete the quest. Yep. I have no need to go get all the Daedric artifacts. I'm not going to use them. I have the trophy for it. I mean, there's a million things you could do in Skyrim, and yeah, we could keep this series going, I guess, for the next 2 years, doing stuff in Skyrim, but I'm going to draw the line somewhere. I'm not going to go after every Daedric artifact. We've found a few along the way. And so right down here should also be the fort where all the Thalmor are keeping the innocent Nords to torture and kill because, well, that's what they do. One of the places where you'll find the, I guess the Imperial escorts taking Nords barefoot through the snow. Men and women alike. Sorry, any men escorting a woman barefoot through the snow to be tortured, probably raped and killed. Well, sorry, I just can't support that. Can't side with the Empire, sorry. Just not gonna do it. I don't see Nords doing that crap. But I do see the quote-unquote Empire, the Imperials doing that. Enough said. That's really the end of the argument for me. There's really no, in fact, gets me a little, gives me a little animosity towards those who would argue in behalf of the Imperials. I won't even say Empire because it's not the Empire anymore. But this shell posing as the Empire. Alright, okay, we probably left her at the top of that cliff. And I can't wait because there's an enemy, which could be anything. Could be an aggravated walrus, or a bear, or, for all I know, a slaughterfish off in the water somewhere. That's fine, maybe. Oh, there she is. Okay, good, she caught up.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
This is that beautiful Skyrim weather. In all of its glory. Skyrim weather at its finest. So I'm pretty sure this location is added with the DLC. I do not believe it's in the vanilla version at all. Like, you know, not even as a, like, closed-off area you can't discover. I think it's completely added off of the coast with the Dawnguard DLC. Of all the stuff that comes with Dawnguard, you not only have the whole storyline, Serana's like one of the best followers ever, probably in any video game, in my opinion. And from what I understand, she's a bit watered down. She's not completely developed. Somebody who had access to PC, I think it was, I think somebody left a comment here. May have been somewhere else on one of the group, you know, forums, like Facebook or something. I don't know, I'm part of a few groups in that too. Anyway, I remember somebody making a comment that on the PC, you can gain access to, I guess, some of the coding or whatever. And apparently there's a lot of dialogue that was written for Serana that maybe she was supposed to be a romance option, which I still haven't forgiven Bethesda for not making her a romance option here, at least in the released version.
Before we go in there, I think so. And thanks for asking. I wanted to thank you for getting me this far, but after we get in there, I'm going to go my own way for a while. I think. I know your friends would probably want to kill everything in here. I'm hoping you can show some more control than that. Once we're inside, just keep quiet for a bit. Let me take the lead.
Lady Serana's back. Open the gate.
Well, at least she's straightforward. Anyway, from what I understand, she was a lot more developed, and I guess lack of time to develop the DLC or something. I don't know, but I'd heard that.
Way I heard, Lady Serana's been gone a real long time.
Anyway, regardless, if this is the watered down version, then I could just imagine what the full-blown version of Serana would have been. Anyway, as it is, she's still one of my favorites.
Wait, Serana? Is that truly you? I cannot believe my eyes.
Of course, I was the one who took the undead girlfriend in Fable 2. So, there you have it.
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it. My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my Elder Scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you ask me? Yes, I have the scroll.
Of course,
She has
I'm
the
delighted
scroll.
to see you, my daughter. Must I really say the words aloud? Ah, if only your traitor mother were here. I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike. Now tell me, who is this stranger you have brought into our home?
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
For my daughter's safe return, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name? I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter would have told you what we are. Not just vampires. We are among the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away that which I valued most. You have done me a great service, and now you must be rewarded. There is but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach and you will never fear death again. Then you will be prey, like all mortals. I will spare your life this once, but you will be banished from this hall. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! This is the power that I offer. Now, make your choice. So be it. You are prey, like all mortals. I banish you.
Do you need something?
Do you need something?
Alright, so we are literally banished from the vampire hall, at least for the time being. Alright, now, I know I said I was going to be a vampire, and I have full plans to become one. That's really the way I designed this character, is to eventually become one. But, not like that, and there's a reason you'll see why I, rejected his quote-unquote gift for the time being. But you'll notice we just have no more access to the hall now, at least for now. But this does not cut us off from Serana, and believe it or not, it really doesn't make a lot of the difference in the overall Dawnguard story. Basically, it ends badly either way, for one side and or the other. But in this case, I can become a vampire under more favorable circumstances later. We'll just leave it at that. But we can still be buds with Serana. She's no love lost for her father there. No love lost for us either for not siding with her father. She's not a big fan of her dad. And for good reason. We'll find out a bit more about that later. But at least we got her back to her family home. And let me go ahead and discover this. We may come rescue the Grey Mane Sun at some point. We just haven't gotten around to it up until now. Should we come by here? I think when we may need some Altmer blood later. It's a good place to go get it, because that place is chock full of Thalmor, and more than happy to go slaughter every last one of them. I certainly have that coming. That would be doing the right thing. Alright, so we'll report back in. Serana initially sent us off to go investigate what was up with that cave and what the reports were about, and to go assist the last of the Vigilants, which were basically dead when we got there. I have to fast travel to the fort. I don't know why it's putting me all the way back here. Actually, we might run into a couple vampires here if I remember right. But Serana's kind of a paradox. Being a vampire, she's actually really, really likable, and she's really cool. And she's had her own taste of tragedy, and, well, she's just a decent person.
Yeah?
I guess regardless of her whole vampire condition, she's just cool. We'll start seeing more and more Dawnguard recruits.
Over here.
There we go. Yeah, okay. So the vampires are as aware of us as we are of them. I'm totally digging this Frost Atronach. Just thinking back to all the time that I spent playing Oblivion, and I gotta say, I spent most of the time summoning Frost Atronachs there, too. The fire ones or the frost ones, kind of the same here. I guess we'll eventually get the Storm Atronach spell or whatever, but I'm in no real rush. It's nice to actually be doing some real damage now. Or at least enough to get by. Well, I guess I'm going to make Serana a set of gear eventually. She has to return as a follower, companion, at some point. Hopefully pretty soon, but it's fur armor and iron weapons for me. I guess I'll leave her in her default stuff, her vampire armor, because it just looks really good on her. I mean, it fits the whole goth vampire thing that she has going on. And, you know, I mean, it certainly adds something to the hotness factor, as far as I'm concerned. But, I guess I'll leave her with her default stuff. I could throw her in a Forsworn set, too. We could run around. I think she's Nord, though. I believe she's a Nord.
Look at this. I should have known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose you have some good news for me. Of course. Why did I suppose differently? Fine. Tell me what you know. A woman? Trapped in there? That doesn't make any sense. Who is she? More importantly, where is she? I'm waiting to hear what any of this means. They what? And you didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll? I suppose you're lucky you're not dead. Or worse, one of them. By the Divines. This couldn't get much worse. This is more than you and I can handle. When did I say that? We need help. If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger than I thought. I have good men here, but there are people I've met and worked with over the years. We need their skills, their talents, if we're going to survive this. If you can find them, we might have a chance. Right to the point, aren't you? I like that. Not like those fools in the Order. We should keep it small. Too many people and we'll draw unwanted attention to ourselves. I think we'll want Serene Gerard. Breton girl, whip smart and good with tinkering. Fascination with the Dwemer. Weapons in particular. Last I knew, she was out in the Reach. Convinced she was about to find the biggest dwarven ruins yet. Might need a little convincing, but she should. You'll also want to find Gunmar. Big brute of a Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as I do. Got it into his head years back that his experience with animals would help. Trolls in particular, from what I hear. Last I knew he was out scouring Skyrim for more beasts to tame. Bring the two of them back here, and we can get started on coming up with a plan.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to exercise your TV voice. There is Red, and I'll go find these people. Yeah, if you know, if Serana was a Breton, might actually give her a set of Forsworn gear. Actually, looked pretty cool on her, except for her hairstyle. I don't know, probably wouldn't go with it. Anyway. So we gotta head over here to the Reach and somewhere else. Actually, I'm gonna go do a little, like, selling and stuff. Maybe go try to, get some training in light armor if I can. And actually, there we go. I went and looked, and, what's-his-face, Nazir, at the Dark Brotherhood, he wouldn't train me any higher. My light armor's at 90. So I guess you gotta get to 100 on your own, or else find, expert supermaster level trainer somewhere? I don't know. Oh man. This is gonna take a while.
One gyro. One! You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here. Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? I saw one the other day. Wouldn't be surprised if it followed me here. Just look around, will you? Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me... Yes, that was my point. I felt it was rather clear. Look, what is it you want from me? Vampires. Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to? In case you haven't noticed, Isran is always concerned about something. That's what got us working together in the first place. Still, if he sent you to find me, it may actually be pretty bad. All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least one intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you?
Knew I should have saved a gyro from one of those Centurions.
Fine, fine. I can't afford to forget about this work, though. Some very interesting applications. Now, where is it I'm supposed to be going? Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made. I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. All right, then.
Okay, I believe with her, as you do like little errands for her, she gets you some increasingly advanced schematics and crossbows. You can get upgraded crossbows or whatever. Like it goes from dwarven, and I don't remember if it goes any higher than that, but anyway, stronger crossbows, and they're a pretty powerful weapon, especially against vampires. Alright, now we go find this other dude. This is the guy that apparently can tame trolls or something, and gives you access to the armored trolls that they use to fight vampires. It's pretty cool, actually. Big armored trolls. Oh, not when you have to fight them, though. I mean, just if we were to become a vampire and maybe side against Dawn Guards somewhere on down the line. But, you know, Isran was kind of cussing us out for not securing the scroll and fighting off a whole den of vampires. Well, let's see what he does when he meets a vampire with a scroll. Mr. Big Britches. Mr. Movie Actor Voice. You might not be all high and mighty then. Okay, we may have a ways to go. This is one, I guess you could say, path that you can follow really early on coming from Whiterun if you're going towards High Hrothgar. You can take this mountain pass up here, and this eventually leads to Ivarstead, coming from a different direction. One thing that seriously increases the size of this game are the mountains, and I mean huge mountains. It literally doubles the map. Because if you consider vertical spacing, right? I mean, if this was just a flat map, getting from one spot to another would only really take a matter of a minute or two, for the most part. Like if you could just run straight from Riverwood to Whiterun, without having to go through trails and through mountains and across rivers and all that crap, it wouldn't take but a minute, honestly. And if it weren't for High Hrothgar, how long would it take to get from Whiterun to Ivarstead, then to High Hrothgar itself? Take away those 7,000 steps, and that's just... It's not even a brisk walk, but with the mountains and stuff in place, the map really kind of doubles. Alright. It's more an inconvenience just making me get off my horse. Although you can fight on horseback now. I just haven't really gotten used to it. Shadowmere is the best horse ever. Lots of little locations to explore up here too, all along this mountain path. I think this is random. I think you can meet this guy in any number of places. I've always met that lady, the tinkerer, the one who makes the crossbows. I've always met her at the same spot, but this guy, I can recall meeting him at some, well, it was definitely not here. It was somewhere else on the map. And I remember being a cave full of huge spiders. But in this case, I think he's looking for a bear.
You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims. Isran needing someone else's help. Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. I've moved on. I have more important business to attend to. Besides, he can handle anything alone. He assured me so himself. What could he possibly need my help with? Vampires? Well, that might change things. Tell me more about what's going on. By the 8th. Alright, look. I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Isran expects of me.
We can do that. Might be some loot in here. I mean, not that I'm, not concerned with, taking care of the bear that's been killing people, but, loot. I'm just saying, loot. Loot speaks for itself. Oh, nice. I'll take all those. Although I don't think paralyzed potions work on vampires. I don't think they do. It's like I don't think they work on Draugr either. At least not most of the time. It's taking forever to raise my conjuration now. There we go. I should have a decent number of soul gems to fill with random whatever. Alright, I think that's all he needs us to do for him. And he jumps down in the water. Oh, one more cave cleared. Notice the music, the cave clear tune that you get. Take some more imp stools. Imp stools, briar hearts, a few things that make paralyzed potions. Really big fan of those if you hadn't noticed. They do come in handy. Not against every enemy, but against some. Okay, I'm trying to talk to the student. Okay. Okay. Seriously?
Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself. You have my thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the least I can do is find out what Isran wants. He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume. Of course he did. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. Well, I guess I'll get to see what he's been up to all this time. I'll meet you there.
Alright, good deal. That's what we'll do. We'll go report back in. This is just a really cool story. Like I say, man, nobody does DLCs like Bethesda. I mean, they give you your money's worth. They really do. Except for horse armor. The running joke with horse armor from Oblivion, yeah. No, but I would compare this to like Broken Steel with Fallout 3 as far as just quantity and quality of DLC, just adding so much content to the game. Alright, well, I'll meet you guys at Fort Dawnguard, and we'll carry on from there. Go report in and see what Isran has planned for us next. If you want to subscribe, click that button up top for the rest of this Let's Play. Click that image in the middle, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Alright, y'all take care. Bye-bye.